All right, welcome to Biokats Weekly Podcast. We are getting ready for championship week. We have Coach Dana Srdoc from Mountain Vista. Coach, great game last night. Holy smoke. I wasn't quite sure everybody expected Ralston Valley to be there, but you guys obviously showed up and put on a show. Talk about that game a little bit last night because you guys are undefeated. You guys have never lost in CHSAA sanctioned flag football. And you guys are just running the table again this year. But talk about a little bit about last night's game and what you told the girls going into the game.
Well, we've told the girls all year long that to win a championship is hard. To repeat as a champion is it's not twice as hard. It could be four times as hard.
Hmm.
And I think that um, there's a lot of competitive teams in Colorado. And then like last night we played Ralston Valley, and uh, you know we always get everybody's A game, and that's fine.
Yeah.
That's the way we would prefer that. Want girls to be challenged. We want them to understand that there's no walk in the park out there. And last night was no different. I mean, it was to me, to me, it was a nail biter. I mean, it was stressful through probably, I don't know, 80% of the game. So yeah.
Hmm. Well, and the game moves so much faster than most people think. And I've seen swings in a game where you could be down by two or three touchdowns, and then you're battling by the end of the game just to keep up or maintain that lead, or even some I've seen some teams lose. Um,
Yes.
Talk about your team this year because obviously it all starts with the quarterback. You have Ariana Akey. She's, I think, third. I mean, she's got almost 3,800 yards. She's got crazy touchdowns. I was looking at the stats. Her stats are phenomenal. I mean, she's got 84 touchdowns throwing. She's rushing. She has 14 touchdowns. She has 1,150 yards rushing in addition to her 3,800 yards passing. Obviously, the best all-around athlete, I think, right now in flag football in Colorado. And then you add on you got Braylon Looney, you got Kaylee Besh. Um, you guys have talent just bursting at the seams on both ends of the ball. Talk a little bit about those players and how they play well together and the impact it has on your team and obviously the win-loss column.
Well, obviously our one-two punches, Ariana and Braylon. I mean, those two are the dynamic duel on both sides of the ball.
Hmm.
And I think for the most part we're not given enough credit defensively
Hmm.
in our national rankings or what have you. I think
Yeah.
you look at about if you look at our how many times people have scored. I think last night was the first time we had anybody score 19 points on us all year.
Hmm.
Um, and we definitely held several teams to zero
Hmm.
this year. But go back to your question. Um, so the one-two punch is Ariana and Braylon, but to add to them, like one of the girls actually came up to me last night and she goes, Doc, somebody tries to cover one part of our game and there's another part of our game that comes up. And we have two girls that I think are underrated as well, which is Devlin, um, Addison Devlin and Amelia um,
Hanson.
Hanson.
Hmm.
Both of those girls contributed last night, and you can double down on one girl or another girl, and there's always somebody else that wants to make a play, and when I say wants to, they're all dying to contribute.
Hmm.
But it's nice. It's a fortunate thing to have, but I don't think I think it's indicative of that we've been lucky even since the first year before it became CHSAA sanctioned that we've had our fair share of good athletes,
Hmm.
and they're for the most part, they're smart as hell. There's nothing. They're all the. I mean, just in our when we had our senior night, I couldn't believe there wasn't anybody under 3.8
Wow.
GPA
Wow.
on our team, and I was just, I'm blessed in that aspect. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And you talked about your defense. Your defense is incredible, and it's held down by Braylon Looney. I know you got her playing linebacker. I've seen her pick off interceptions. She reads the quarterbacks well, but your coverage, you have some athletes, and you guys cover your receivers really well. Talk about some of that and how you develop some of that because that's to see girls cover that well, I don't know how long they've been playing, but it's pretty amazing to see how well they do and the great job they do, honestly.
So to your point, so uh, Kenny Ortega's orchestrates our defense, and
Hmm.
it's basically it's a cover two, and then
Hmm.
we add some dimensions to it in every game that we kind of do different things to give different looks, and but for the most part, it's their attention to detail, and really it's the tendency is when you run a zone defense is making sure that every girl on the team understands that she has to trust in her teammate to do their job.
Hmm.
Because once you leave your zone, you're left wide open. And
Right.
so I think to our girls' credit that they understand and they trust each other and they go out there and do a great job. One of the girls, Caitlin Jenkins, one of our safeties, every girl on the team will tell you she's probably our slowest player, but she is so smart and she is in the right place all the time. I love watching her play. She's just very instinctive. Happens to be in the right place all the time. And, she tells me, Doc, if I had better hands, I would be one of our top receivers. But she knocks down a lot of passes. I'm sure she would love her fair share of interceptions as well. But I think to your point, our defense is good, and I think it stems from our attention to detail, which Kenny Ortega has definitely orchestrated.
No, that's great. Do you guys ever play man? I don't think I've ever seen you guys play man. I'm just curious if you guys have ever done that. I'm a former football player, so I know about coverages and I know, sometimes you do cover two on one side and then you do man on the other just to trick the quarterback, just to disguise your defense, honestly. Um,
It's like usually it's all based on a proximity of where the first down is, or
mhm.
the goal line.
Yeah.
We play man if and it's also based on what the talent level is on the other side as well. I mean, last night we played Ralston Valley, and I believe the young lady's name is Callahan.
Hmm.
She was amazing. She's an amazing athlete. To her credit, I mean, she got open a lot of times. They had some hook and ladders that were very successful against us.
Hmm.
Um, and so, it's uh, 9 times out of 10, we try not to do a man. We like to work on our zone, but we'll
Hmm.
do man occasionally when it's warranted. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, but not very often.
So on Saturday, you guys are going to play Legend. Legend, I think, moved up to be number two. They were number three going into the playoffs. You beat them earlier this year, and they're the only team. You're the only team that has beaten them. What are some big things that you've seen on film and stuff about Legend that I mean, they've obviously got the top quarterback in the state. I think she's almost at 4,000 yards. She's got 68 touchdowns, I think. But talk about this Legend team because they're very methodical, but I know you guys are in the same league. You guys go head to head. You know them probably better than anybody else.
Yeah, I think that it's the last couple of years has definitely created a great rivalry. When we first started, it was the Jeffco schools that kind of dominated, but now it's the Continental League,
Hmm.
and 3 out of the 4 teams last night in the Final Four were from Continental League.
Yeah.
Legend being one of them. Legend is well coached. They have some great athletes across the board.
Hmm.
Um, we have to be ready. We're going to have to be ready to play them. Their quarterback will pick you apart. Uh,
Hmm.
oops, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. We're good.
Okay, yeah, their quarterback will pick you apart, um, and she will, if you give her enough time, she can create mismatches with any defense. But we're we're going into the game hopeful that we can go out there and compete and and get hopefully give people watching the game a worthy championship game. I thought last year's championship game was a worthy game to watch as well against Arvada West and us.
Oh yeah.
And I think the same thing is going to happen on Saturday night. I think Saturday night is going to be a game um, to watch. I mean, if if you're a football fan, you should be watching this game.
Oh,
There is definitely talent on both sides of the ball. It's going to be a cat and mouse. It's going to be a chess match. All the little acronyms that you can throw at us.
yeah.
It's going to be all of that and then some. I think.
I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be electric. I think what's interesting, their top receiver is a D1 softball player going to Nebraska. And I think they're playing in they started the softball tournament today and she's in it. So it'll be really interesting. But you're right. There are a ton of athletes that are going to be in that game. And I think this game is going to be really fun. I know the 4A game is a rematch of actually last year's game with TCA and Mountain View, and that's going to be really good as well. But Dana, man, we wish you well. Congratulations on a great season. You're still undefeated. You are defending state champions, and you get to defend your title on Saturday. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for the invite. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.